Welcome to Thursday Night Knives. I'm Bob DeMarco. Good to have you here. Tonight we're going to be doing two giveaways. We have a Gentleman Junkie giveaway of the Three Dog Knife Champions Knife. And then we're going to do an all-access giveaway of the Sencut Sakshi that we have thanks to Dave of OG Blade Reviews. So a two giveaway evening. The first we'll do that Sencut, and then we'll give away the Gentleman Junkie knife. That is a knife just for our members and Gentleman Junkie supporters. So thank you guys all very much. Good to have you all here tonight. Excuse me. Hope you're all doing well. That Champions blade here, well, I may as well show it since I was just talking about it. But this knife is actually a Trevor Barrett design. Trevor Barrett, an Alaskan knife maker who was a winner on Forged in Fire, and it has Three Dog Knife. That's the in-house custom knife brand of Northern Knives. He has them doing his making for this knife. It's called the Champions Blade, and it's a do-everything outdoors blade with a Tonto profile, which I find fascinating. And Three Dog Knife does a lot of outdoor Tontos, and I love it because I always wondered why aren't there more of those? It seems like the Tonto is a great shape, especially this Americanized Tonto. So if you want to get a Three Dog Knife, go to TheKnifeJunkie.com/3dogknife, and it'll take you to the Three Dog Knife website. You can choose and buy a knife and get 25% off with the coupon code TheKnifeJunkie. So go check that out. Do go check that out. All right, everybody. How we all doing this fine evening? I just I'm in a bit of a food coma. Had a bunch of pizza with my daughter. Aries EDC, nice to have you here, sir. Appendix front, of course. This is the way. That's funny because for a short while, I migrated appendix. And I think it's because I was kind of fit at the moment and didn't have anything extra up front, and it was just fine. But I have found that the knife has crept back to this 3 o'clock position for me. I've chunked out a little bit. And, we all have our own feelings about how we feel in our body. I need to get back to that appendix wearing sort of fitness. Carino1, nice to have you here, sir. Greetings, Jim, Bob, and fellow junkies. If the blade is modest, I carry horizontal left of my buckle. I like those core belt threaded opposite direction to keep end tip out of the way. I'm right-handed, so this is cross draw. TKL APH Utila clip all the way. Okay, I love that clip. I have it on. Oh, I just packed it. I have it on my couple of my TKL knives. It's so great. And I have all of mine up front mostly, and I have it for reverse draw. So similar. We're in similar camps. OG Blade Reviews. Nice to have you here, Dave. Evening, Bob, Jim, and Junkies. Us retired guys carry small fixies in front pockets so as not to make us uncomfortable and are lazy boys. Very nice, man. Very nice. Keep it chill. Have a nice day. Good to have you here, sir. I was wearing your T-shirt just the other day. I had lost it temporarily and found it, so it was great. I love that T-shirt. Good evening, Junkalos. I wear my fix largely in the sheath suspended from a belt. I have some tech locks, but rarely use them. I like the tech locks in concept, but they kind of put the knife up too high if it's a large fixed blade knife to draw, because then you end up, drawing like that. Marco, good to have you here, sir. Evening, Bob, Jim, and Junkies. Marco, it's great to have you here with us. James Hart, as always, a pleasure. Good evening, fellow knife junkies. Good evening to you, sir, and all your many kukris. Ground Fog, good to have you with us, Ground Fog. Always a pleasure. James says, I very rarely carry a fixed blade anymore. And we also happen to know that James's fixed blades are all pretty large, so maybe not as carryable in our pearl clutching climate at the moment. hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. And why subscribe? Many, many reasons. One of those reasons, maybe chief among them right now, is that when we get to 50,000, we're going to be giving away a custom handmade Pinkerton knife. This one happens to be the Razorback double-edged fixed blade knife. We have not figured out which knife it will be that we do for a giveaway, but that's when we get to 50,000 subs. Dirk, out of the kindness of his heart, offered that he would make a fixed blade, in his own shop that we would give to someone, anyone who's here on that Thursday Night Knives. So definitely become a member or subscribe. Bartholomew Roberts, good to have you here, sir. He says, happy Thursday Night Knives, Bob, Jimmy Notes, and Junkies. Same to you, sir. A 7 to 8 inch overall fixed horizontal on the belt, 10 o'clock. Usually a combatant, excellent choice. And a 10 to 17 inch overall in the waistband, vertical at the 4 to 5 o'clock, DCC in pocket occasionally. Okay. The 4 to 5 o'clock, that's where I have right now. What do I have? Oh, I have this in that position right now. The Fisher Blades full size Beckwith, but I like it back there, especially like I said, when you become a little gordito, I guess. You gotta kind of move the knife around. Right up front is not as comfortable for me right now, but it will be soon, I swear. Sword XXXY, good to have you here, sir. Good day, Bob, Jim, and Junkies. Thanks, Bob. The giveaway knife arrived yesterday. I'm glad you got it. Sorry it took me so GD long, sir. Speaking of combatants, here's the adversary in this amazing sheath that Cesario A made. So I just wanted to show this off. I love this knife, A, but B, this whole setup, this is, you can see that's like braided paracord, fits around the neck perfectly. I like to put it under the collar, and it doesn't kind of strangle you. It distributes the weight really nicely and evenly. You barely know it's there. And this is a pretty heavy knife to have around the neck. So I just wanted to show this off. It's really, really, really cool because someone mentioned the combatant, and I wanted to show this off. Cesario, thank you so much for that sheath. James Hart says, I mean, other than the 2 knives and 1 multi-tool in my EDC bag, that may be a folding knife in my right pocket, that's all I carry. And James, I would imagine that's more than enough. I'm sure that's more than enough for probably almost all of us. Sword XXXY says, I also carry knives in the waistband at 3 o'clock for draw point type techniques. So that's where you, like this, right? Just kind of lift it out. And then you can also access it cavalry style. So you put your hand like that, grab the knife, and then you have it in forward position. Jason Small, nice to have you here, sir. Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday Night Knives. Glad to be here. I carry my knife in my right pocket or about 3 o'clock on or in my belt. The lineman's tool from TDR Knives always at my side. Lineman's tool. I'm not sure I know which one that is. Jason says, I was so close to winning the last Gentleman Junkie knife. I need the Matador in my Dirk. I need the Matador in my life, Dirk Pinkerton. I love the Matador. I do not have it out tonight. But the Matador has definitely inspired me. I love the G-Carta handle on the Matador, and I think I'm going to get a really cool exotic G-Carta handle on the Congelari that he's making me. Commander Bell, good to have you here, Commander Bell. He says, good evening, and a fine evening to you, sir. Michael Spahich, nice to have you here, sir. Hello, Bob, hashtag knife. All right, so 2 things here. Hashtag knife is for this knife. Tonight we're doing an all-access giveaway as well as the Gentleman Junkie giveaway because I felt bad. It's been weeks since We were here last week, and we had to make up for December. Now tonight we're already at the third Thursday of January, so we're doing a Gentleman Junkie giveaway, and that's of this fixed blade knife, this beautiful knife from Three Dog Knife. But for everyone who's not a Gentleman Junkie and is here, we're going to do this and give this away. This is the Sencut Sakshi, thanks to OG Blade Reviews. Let me put this under the knife cam. This is what, 9CR? I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, 9CR, 18 MOV. It's really sharp, very thin behind the edge. Great button lock action. So hashtag knife if you want to win this knife tonight. We're doing 2 giveaways, and actually we'll give this one away first, and then we'll get to the Gentleman Junkie knife giveaway second. So this, keep me honest, Jim, this we're going to give away at 11:45. 11:45, we're going to give this away. So hashtag knife in the comments if you want the Sencut Sakshi and all the goodies that come with it. Thank you, Dave of OG Blade Reviews. Fred Ferbemeyer, nice to have you here, sir. Yeah, 11:45, because then we have to give a little time for this sucker right here. Not 11:45, 10:45. Sorry, my bad. 10:45. Benedict Odie, nice to have you here, sir. Good evening, Bob and Jim. Glad it's Thursday Night Knives. Me too. Me too. I'm hoping all this talking will open up my airwaves. Hero Sticks, good to have you here, Hero. And that little symbol right next to his name means he's a member right here on YouTube. You too can become a member on YouTube. And when you are, that makes you a Gentleman Junkie, and you can get in on the giveaways of these fine custom knives we've been giving away lately. So Hero Stick says, evening and cheers all. Fixed blades typically clipped in back right pocket on work days, belt at 3 o'clock on weekends. Right on. Oh, that's cool that you can walk around with a fixed blade knife in your back pocket at work. I probably could get away with that, but I'd be self-conscious. Let us know. Can you carry a knife like that at your work? Terminator Joe, nice to have you here, Terminator. Good evening, brothers of the blades. It's a bit chilly in South Florida. South Florida. How chilly can it be in South Florida? It's like 25 degrees here tonight. I carry my fixed blades on the right side of the hip. Hey, Terminator, it's all relative. When you live down in paradise, it gets brisk and it's cold. I get it. Scott Winter, it's nice to have you here, Scott. Hello from Virginia Beach, hashtag knife. Hello to you, sir. I like Virginia Beach. I've only ever been there one time, and it was about a year ago for a volleyball tournament with my daughter, and I loved it. I thought it was cool. It was cool in the winter when it's not jam-packed with people. Fishbag, nice to have you here. Craig, I think, right? Even in Thursday Night Knives, I mostly wear cargo pants and fill every piece of pocket space with large folders. You can fit a ton of cold steel in cargos. Some days I also have a necker and a sheath knife. So you're a suspenders and belt guy, no doubt. Karen Slavin, nice to have you here. The combination of not getting out much and living in a 2A hating state like New York, a Second Amendment hating state like New York, my fixed blades stay strategically placed for home security. Hashtag knife, because hashtag knife, he wants to win the Sencut Sakshi. Yeah, but in New York, yeah, be careful. Todd Carr, nice to have you here, Todd. Evening, everyone. Good evening to you here, to you, sir. T. Mill, good to have you here, T. I carry a TJ Schwartz Confidant in waist, back right on my waist. In the waistband, back right on my side meat daily. Nice. TJ Schwartz knives are so fine. I love the Overlander, but and some of the other ones. Anyway, I like what he's been doing since he's gotten his own CNC and he's making his knives himself. Benny's dad, good to have you here, sir. Evening, everybody. Happy Thursday Night Knives. My preferred way to carry my EDC fixed blade is either cross draw appendix or pocket carry, depending on the knife. One knife I like to pocket carry is this. Actually, this is my one of my many TKL Knives Agent 001s. And of course, this is a beautiful knife. Love this knife. But this is the sheath. And even without a clip on it, it just sits nicely in there and hides the knife beautifully and brings it to bear very easily. Northern Knives, good to have you here, Mike. Good evening, all. Happy Thursday Night Knives. Happy Thursday Night Knives to you, sir. And thank you again for the giveaway knife. I keep showing this one. This one's mine. The one we're giving away, I have safely put away. I have to pull it out. But the one that you'll be getting has the same handle, but a black blade. It's very cool. Whoops. Very, very cool. So thank you, Mike. Much appreciated. Doggo Argentino. Good to have you. Doggo Argentino EDC. Good to have you here, Doggo. I carry a Spyderco Mule appendix carry inside the pants. So is that so you can grab it in a reverse grip on the right side, or do you generally pull it out like that? Curious. I might go back to appendix once this whole diet and exercise kicks in. Split and Slices, good to have you here, Byron. Howdy, Bob, Jim, and Junkies. Thursday Night Knives. Indeed, sir, indeed. If I politely may, dibs on the 3-dog knife, Trevor Barrett. My STD fixie carry is a necker or a front pocket carry with the Ulti-Clip DCC clips on sheaths or the painter's pockets in bibs. Okay, and okay, right up here, but your fixing carry is a necker. Oh, that's right. You carry the everyday necker, I believe, from Off Grid Knives. Angry Tom's Hat Next Door. Good to have you here, sir. Good evening, Bob, Jim, and Junkies. I prefer to carry my fixed blades appendix, a neck knife, when I'm fishing. That's interesting. I love neck knives all the time, and actually, a fisherman that I work with who does not really do knives has taken to it neck carry as well. Cody Niete. Good to have you here, Cody. Sorry if I butchered your name, sir. Evening, fellas. I always carry support hand blade forward. So you can grab it in reverse grip and have the edge forward, right? T says, my last 14 Amazon purchases have been Ulti clips. I may be a knife junkie. I think you are, sir. And I think you need to proudly herald that. Sean Clark, nice to have you here, Sean. If I carry fixed, it's small enough for front pocket, if not bigger on belt. So I have been carrying, like, on days off here lately, I've been carrying, like weekends, I've been carrying a fixed blade knife proudly and freely on my belt. I've been going in and out, outside, noodling around. Got a lot of stuff to take care of. It's always good to have a big fixed blade knife. And I just, one of these days, I'm just going to go out in public with it and forget about it until someone's like, and then I'll be like, ooh. And technically it's legal around here, but people would freak out. An American Father, good to have you here, American Father. Good evening, friends. I carry my 7-inch fixed blade on my hip every day for the honest world to see, for all the honest world to see. That's what I'm talking about, American Father. That's what I need to do. I need to be bold and courageous. But I might be carried to death around here. And I don't mean to, use that slur, but I really might. And probably mostly by men. Mike Weiser, good to have you here, Mike. He says, I've literally carried a fixed blade in every single way. I'm really undecided on what I like most. I'm kind of like you. I recently started doing the pocket fixed blade thing. Once a month I do that, basically, if I had to count it up. I even have the Bastinelli shoulder rig, and I have a really cool setup with a Station 9 double-edged, fighting knife, and that's cool too. I had it in during Halloween, had a costume on and watching the girls trick or treat. I'm like, just bring a knife fight. Come on, I got it right here. Todd Carr says, Ulti clip for small blades with a taco sheath, yes, or appendix carry with a clip or soft loops. Larger ones on hip as wider sheaths or longer 4-inch overblade, either tech lock or dangler. Yep. A lot of the time, it depends on the sheath. And taco sheaths obviously are nice because they're nice and slim, but the having the option, yes. Well, I don't want to pull this out, but having the option to mount it on either side, especially in the waistband, is a nice option. So I don't know. I vacillate. Lone Star Dowboy, nice to have you here, sir. He says, depending on the knife, it can be a shoulder rig, clipped in pocket, neck carry, pouch clipped on belt, or just clipped into the belt line. Yeah, well, I like how you roll, sir. Yeah, it could be a shoulder rig. Something, that's cool and cinematic too. Bobby Rains, good to have you here, Bobby. Always a pleasure. Evening, everyone. Been carrying my Bowie's cross draw inside the waistband with a shirt over it, and nobody the wiser. Can draw quickly with either hand. So you either have a saber grip or a reverse grip, and man, his Bowies are just so awesome. Brett Smith, good to have you here, Brett. Work Tough Gear, Red Wolf leather dangler on my right every single day. Pardon me. Pardon me. That's awesome, man. Oh, Cesario, I was just showing off this and how much I love it. This is the most comfortable neck carry system ever. And with a blade that's not necessarily light either. This thing is so good. Thank you, Cesario. He says, good evening, Bob, and good folks. Good evening to you. I wear bib overalls at work and carry my EDC fixed blade upside down on the right shoulder. Oh, well, that's also what this is too. Shoulder. It'll work great around the shoulder. I do it around the neck, but still. Left hand draw, my preferred carry. So look at that. And the shape of this really, and then the way this moves freely on that necklace there. This is a great neck system, especially for larger, heavier blades. Brett Smith says, Work Tough Gear, Devil Horn, Ulti Clip, left pocket every day. I love that. Very nice. Ed's Nuts for Naps. Good to have you here, Ed. Hello, he says. Hello to you, good sir. Cesario says, awesome, Bob. Thanks for showing that. Yeah, and you have a talent for sheath making. It's even in your avatar. Terminator Joe says, strapped on the belt, vertical strapped on leg. If it doesn't come with a buckle and strap, I usually find a way to wrap it to the sheath. Okay, all right. So with a bigger knife, I presume that's how you carry it. Jason says, Bob, did you see the pics I sent you of the knives I had made? A gin ripoff and my design that came out too large. No, I must not have, or I would have emailed you back if I saw that. I will double check. I will look around for that. But God, I love the gin. Ed's Nuts for Nafs. Sorry, Ed says, I've been carrying my T. Denny Apprentice in my pocket. It's really small. I don't know that knife, the T. Denny Apprentice. Jason, I will search around. I want to see. I remember you saying you were going to send me those, and then I did not see them, so I will check them out. Gary Balmain, good to have you here, Gary. Good evening, fellow junkies. #knife. Right on. Good to have you here with us, sir. Waylon Godfrey, nice to have you with us. Hey, guys. Hey, Bob. I carry my fixed blade in my left pocket, folder in the right. Now, I don't have it out here. The real small fixed blade knives, like Jack Wolf knives, fixed blade knives, I put in the same pocket with my folder right next to it. And it works great. By the way, my daughter said this was ugly, and I almost kicked her out of the will. I'm just kidding. She's allowed to have her own opinions, even if they're wrong. Cody said, yeah, I carry whenever I want. Whatever I want. When I did land management, I EDC'd a 15-inch bush knife. Right on. I'd go in Walmart with it on. Oh, yes. I need to be bold and courageous like that. I want to walk into Walmart with this on my, baldric around my shoulders, and I'll just pull it out, wave it around. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to wave it around, obviously. It's just there in case anything happens. But yeah, I need to be bold like that. Hobbyist, good to have you here. Hobbyist77. Hello, all. Made it to alive. Hope all is well. All is great here. Hope you're doing awesome. Awesome. Terminator Joe says about 52 degrees. I mean, for Florida, for South Florida, that's cold. Yeah, I'll admit it. We had something in the 50s yesterday and the day before, and it felt balmy just because it's been very cold. Waylon Godfrey said, Bob, I finally got me a T-Kel. It's an Agent 001. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Waylon. Thank you. I appreciate it greatly. I was just showing off one of mine over here, and I also love this knife, but of course I have a vested interest in loving this knife. But it is still, even, I've designed a couple other knives that have been made, but still, that's my favorite. Scott Winters, my daughter is a high school volleyball coach. No kidding. Oh, wow. Man, those volleyball tournaments with like hundreds, if not thousands, of high school girls in a space that bounces sound that's not designed for acoustics, let's say. Wow, it can get loud. Jerabetus. Jared, good to have you here. The TJ Confidant is an uncommon blade since it's been discontinued. Awesome blade. I took it elk hunting last fall. Oh, nice. So it's robust and big enough to handle an elk. Coben NYX, good to have you here, Coben. I keep Coben in my pocket. I don't use the clip. I don't like the clip. I thought the new metallic, shiny metal clip that comes with the Coben, they say it's a belt clip, or not a belt clip. They say it's a boot clip, but it's not staying to anything. It's more like a walkie-talkie clip that's meant to easily slip out on and off stuff. I just didn't like it. I thought it was poorly designed. Staten Island Edge, good to have you here, Victor. He says, hey guys, hope everyone is well. As far as fixed blades go, the ones I carry are fixies, and they usually go on my belt, horizontal carry, or ulti-clip in my right pocket in lieu of my folder. Okay. So not in addition. Cesario, this sheath. This is too cool. Fixie instead of folder. It was not too long ago. I was thinking I was going to try and go a whole month with just a slip joint. I mean, it didn't even last a whole day. But I like the idea of it. Split and Slices says, for your information, shout out to Doug Ritter and staff at Knife Rights. Just watched a video today that reminded me that Knife Rights was founded in 2006. So 20 years at it. Thanks, Doug. Byron, that's a great thought. I should have him on for around the time of the actual anniversary. He comes on the show with some regularity. It'd be cool to have him talk about that. The 20 years, what he's seen. T. Mills says the Schwartz Overlander is excellent in the kitchen. Oh yeah, that makes sense. But the X or Confidant is the go-to for everyday business. Very nice. That looks like you're having fun on your boat there, man. I like that picture. Commander Bell says, is there a shoulder strap for Bowie knife? There's a shoulder strap for Bowie knife? When I carry my Bowie on my belt, it slapped my hip. So not this one, but my other work tough gear, the V44X, instead of a taco sheath like this, it's a pancake. So it has this on both sides. And it also comes with a strap and 2 D-rings. So you can just kind of carry it like this. I don't know what your Bowie knife is that you're talking about or what the setup is, Commander Bell. But think about coming up with a way to have it around your shoulder. I think it's a really useful thing to do. The only thing is if you special make it, you can make it so that it doesn't flop around. Sometimes I don't like the way they flop around, but it's better than having it on your belt and pulling your pants down. So yeah, check it out. Denny of Fools, good to have you here, Denny. He says TKL version 3 at 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, TKL V3 at 10 o'clock. Which V3? V3. But at 10 o'clock, and the TKL Night Stalker CQC at 2 o'clock, slightly canted forward, draw is reverse grip, edge out, DCC clips. I love DCC clips. V3, you talk about the Gideon V3, right? At 10 o'clock. Is that also in the waistband canted forward, or is that, let me know how that 10 o'clock works. Adrian Fighter 35, good to have you here, sir. Good evening, Bob, Jim, and fellow junkies. Hope everyone is doing well. I only carry a fixed blade once in a while, usually on my left hip or appendix or whatever in a cross draw position at 45 degrees. Okay, at a 45-degree angle. Jarabitas says, agreed on the X and Confidant. The Overland is also my kitchen too, LOL. That's funny. Yeah, it seems like just with that design, it clears the knuckles because of the angle of the edge to the back part of the handle. One Moon Collective, good to have you here, One Moon. What up, Knife Junkie and friends? I hope you're doing well, man. Chaka bra, right back at you. Jason Small says, I love the underarm sling. Made my own, was pretty easy. The only thing, I guess the thing about the underarm sling is that I would put another loop around this shoulder and across my back so it wouldn't slip down. That would drive me nuts. That's probably why I put this around my neck. It's perfect for neck carry. And just the way it distributes the weight is awesome. Terminator Joe says, I made another knife purchase in Amazon today, a second Recon XL and an off-grid black Cayman XXL fixed blade. That's awesome. That's my top dresser drawer knife being delivered tomorrow. So the idea is I'm changing, getting ready for the day, or maybe I'm, turning in for the evening, and someone, accosts me whilst at the dresser. I open it up, I pull out the Cayman XXXL, and I show him the door. Cody says, not the worst pronunciation I've ever heard. Thanks for the shout. Forgot to mention the blade, often a cold steel Coben, old-timer woodsman, or a cheap BPS bushcrafter. I love those BPS knives. I have 2 of them, and I've used them both like a lot. But I cycle every something. So that's right. Several different fixies. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. Hobbyist says, I carry my fixed blades on the belt, strong side, right hand, most of the time. I also carry a CRKT Quaken in the back pocket with custom pocket clip. Oh, those Quakens are sweet. Those are sweet. Jesse Reisbach, good to have you here, sir. Tops MSK. Oh, that's the little one. Yeah, I like that. Belt or pocket Storm Vector as my ESK. Yes, that Storm Vector is sweet. And unless you live, far out, that has to be your ESK. You're not wearing that on your hip anytime soon in civilization. Fishbag says, whenever I fish, I wear waders and carry a fixie on my wading belt and a folder clipped in the front wader chest pocket. Carrying a fixie while wearing waders is paramount to wading safety. Well, are they on the outside or on the inside? The knife. And if it's on the outside, is it like a dive knife, or am I missing something? You're not wading that deep, maybe. Jara says, I need to try some K390 from Work Tough Gear, Red Wolf, or hopefully one day a smaller EDC size in it. Yeah, I have K329 is what I have, not 390. K329, right? Is that what it is? Hang on one second. Let me consult. Oh, this one is SK85. No, I have them in 329. I thought it was 329. Anyway, Coben says, I want to make one of those shoulder rigs for my Coben. Oh, this would be awesome for that. Yeah, very sweet. Mark J. Sorry, Mark JG. Good to have you here, Mark. I just carry my North River Forge Bowie standard carry on the belt, but on the left side using my right arm cross draw. Very nice. Oh, I'd like to see what this looks like, this Bowie knife. I don't think I know North River Forge. Laughing my ass off, not the Marfione. Wait. Cody says, in my, I don't know, laughing my ass off, I think. Something about Marfione. Sorry, I missed it. Kyle, man, good to have you here, Kyle. Either I carry a 5.5-inch bladed fixed blade in the waistband at 4 o'clock with an ulti clip, or I carry one of my Hisu's or other large fixed blades under my left armpit by a discreet paracord baldric. Very nice. I like the cut of your jib, Kyle. Yeah, that sounds cool. Jason Small. Wait, hang on. Before we get to Jay, I noticed that in the 70s and 80s, and possibly even the 90s, but shoulder holsters, for cops and shows and everything, and just shoulder holsters were big, and they've kind of gone away a little bit, right? I mean, people don't carry them as much. I actually use a shoulder holster a lot. I like shoulder holster personally for firearm carry, but and occasionally a knife. But they seem like they've gone away a little bit. But I find some mystique in them. I love that. The idea of, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm reaching under my arm and grabbing my imaginary weapon. But anyway, I think it's cool. I think we should all resolve to carry some sort of weapon under the arm from now on. Jason Small says, I really like what Wingard Wearables is doing with their carry. That's so funny you say that, because I didn't read that, I swear, or maybe I subconsciously did. But when I was talking about underarm, I was also thinking about how the Wingard Wearables Tomahawks are great for underarm carry. All you have to do is make a little paracord figure 8 loop and connect the little clips to that, and you've got a tomahawk right under here that's easy to pull out. It's great. T Mill says, I've been cheating on my other knives lately with the 3.5-inch GSO Survive steak knife. Ooh, very nice. It's really too good. Now, I know Survive has won the hearts of a lot of people, but I'm not sure I know that steak knife. That sounds awesome. Tops had a tactical steak knife that I slept on, and it's gone, Daddy, gone. But I always wanted one of those. Angry Tom's Hat Next Door says, I carry my Jack Wolf fixed blades in sweatpants. They're great for that. Yes, sweatpants and gym shorts and that kind of thing. They're so light and small. That works great. That's the Riot in my avatar. Oh yeah, that is the Riot. Here's mine. I'll show you my Riot. This is the Riot we're talking about. 3-dog knife Riot. That's the Riot in my avatar. My coworkers call it the Rat because I told them the sheath was made with rat fur. It's just cowhide over kydex. That's cool. Yep, love this knife. And I love the shapes that you're coming up with, like the shape. That is a very cool shape for that shape. Matt Maurer, nice to have you here, Matt. Bob, what up? What up with you, Matt? Hope you're doing well. Hag90, good to have you here, Hag. I think it's been a while. Good to have you with us. I carry my Coburn in the waistband. Check this knife out. Look at this. I haven't shown this one off in a little while. This is a sweetie. This is the Attention to Detail Mercantile Medium Fighter, and I had him double edge it. I don't think this is Douglas Esposito and A2D, Attention to Detail Mercantile. He's pretty much making these super high-end folders now. I don't think he makes fixies anymore, but I loved this. This fighter is such a beautiful model, and I had it made with that faux tortoise shell, which I'm a huge sucker for. I love tortoise shell. I need to get a pair of tortoise shell frames. I usually wear glasses, but I'm so close to my monitor, I don't need them for this. But I find it to be a classy material. So this is like a classy assassin's Biting knife. I love this thing. Jason Small says, what knife is on the table with the tortoiseshell handle? What do you know? Speak of the devil. And why something. Bob got the Instant Ronin yesterday. It's 2 blades that collapse into the handle. Pretty interesting. And TKL sent alert 001 coming on Tuesday. Excited. That's awesome. I'm glad for you on both of those. And thanks for the reminder on, I knew that we had talked about that knife here a bunch of times, but I'm glad you reminded me of what it actually is with the two blades. Dion Page, nice to have you here, Dion. He says, hello, King Junkie Jim and all you junkies. Hashtag knife. Why? Because he wants to win this Sencut Sakshi. And we're going to give this away shortly, actually. So hashtag knife in the comment section. If you're here and you're not a gentleman junkie and you just want to win this knife, put your hashtag knife in the comments, and then if you win, I will ask for your address and I will send it to you on Tuesday. I won't be able to send it to you tomorrow. Dion says, I got a whole bunch of new knives yesterday. I got a buck 192. It's a killer blade. I don't know that one, but I like buck knives more and more. The older I get, I like buck knives. Ouchie EDC says, howdy, Ouchie. How you doing, man? Good to have you here with us. David Wizenant. Hang on. Let me put this away. I don't want to cut myself while trying to pronounce the name. David Wizenant. Sorry for butchering your name. Or is it David W. Heisenand? I'm not sure. I just got the Voyager XL Vaquero, and it's awesome. Yes, David, it is awesome. As a matter of fact, I have 3 of the modern ones in different configurations, and I have the old El Hombre, or not the El Hombre, the Vaquero Grande from before the Voyager era. That is my favorite blade shape. I love it. I wish Cold Steel would make a big, hardy, fixed blade with that Yatagan shape. I love it. Use it in good health, sir. Cody says, if you expand that strap and wear it across your chest like Dave Canterbury, it won't slip off. Oh, yeah. I like Dave Canterbury. I just like watching him cook and eat. You know, I like watching him cook a rabbit or a squirrel over a fire and then make gravy and biscuits and then eat. Oh, golly, that is good. I love it. I love watching people eat. Coben says, I also have an Espada XL on the way. I have an Espada XL right here because I love this knife. I got from Cold Steel website on sale. Nice. I usually carry the Raja 2. Nice. I have an Espada XL, but it was owned by Lynn Thompson, and I don't touch it. How cool. I love it. I love it. Here. This is mine. It's the Hollow Ground. Excuse me. It's Hollow Ground, and that's OS 8. So this is a pretty old one. My brother got me this one, and yeah, I love this thing. Put it out there for all to see. Dion says, I keep a Kershaw Special Agent double-edged dagger in my boot, and my Nova 2 left side appendix. Right front back gets switched up for the folders. Okay, so this is what he's talking about here. He's one of the few, the lucky Dion is, who got one of our Nova 2s made by Matt Chase of Hogtooth Knives, designed by yours truly and Matt. This is Matt's handle design, my blade shape. Love this thing. Anyway, Scott Winter says, as a lefty, 9 o'clock on the belt, Spyderco Ronin by Michael Janich. Very nice. Okay. 9 o'clock on the belt. Spyderco Swick Scout, 12 o'clock. Okay, I think that's one of those knives that was kind of set up like a pistol, maybe even has a hole that you put your finger through. And the Cold Steel Recon 1 XL left front pocket. Cold Steel Frenzy right front pocket. Appendix carry is the SIG P365 X Macro. You're ready. You're good to go, man. You're done. You're ready to go. You just need a shotgun on your back maybe a katana somewhere. Very nicely done, sir. Staten Island Edge says, Bob, need to clarify when I say fixie on my right in lieu of a folder, that will be backup, but a large slip joint in my left pocket will be backed up by a large slip joint. Yeah, that's because I've done that several times when I wear when I carry a Fisher Blades Beckwith in my front right pocket, then I'll have a slip joint. Just, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I like that setup. Follow Jesus. Good to have you here. Follow Jesus. I keep a Buck 110 and a Gerber strong arm on me. I also carry a Gerber dual force multi-tool. Hashtag knife, stay sharp, and live on the edge, my friends. Well, thank you. Follow Jesus. Appreciate that. Fishbag says, oh, the outside, Bob. In case you need to cut your waders in a hurry. Okay, I got you. In case, okay. I usually carry a Mora or a Cold Steel SRK or Recon Scout. Okay, or Recon Scout. Okay, it's on the outside, and it's there to cut your waders in a hurry in case you get water in them. I got you. Yeah. Northern Knives says, I often have a 3-dog knife Riot Scout carry in the small of my back. Well, it's no wonder. Look at the shape, the sheath. This sheath is so awesome. Built for Scout carry, beautifully made by D. Johnston. Yeah, D. Johnston, knife maker. Let's see. I often have my 3-dog knife Riot Scout carry in the small of my back. I designed the sheath that way for my personal preference. I love it. I love the thumb break with the strap, like an old school kind of police holster. I really like that knife. Cody says, I've always loved shoulder holsters too. Yeah, and the one like Sonny Crockett on Miami Vice back in the day when I was in middle school or high school, middle and high school. He carried a big 45, but it was horizontal. I always thought that was cool instead of like pulling it out like this. It's like, anyway, Lost Shark. Good to have you here, Lost Shark. Good evening, all blade junkies. A little late tuning in. Just got home from work. How is everyone? I'm doing great, Lost Shark. Hope you're doing well. Hope work was productive and tolerable or awesome. I'm not sure how much, but glad that you're with us, and let us know what you're carrying because we're about to get to that. But first, Denny of Fools says, yes, Bob. TCal V3, formerly the Gideon. Oh, I thought it was the Gideon V3. DCC is vertical, then canted forward. 10 o'clock is, okay, front left hip. You were reaching behind you. Because I'm an idiot. CQC is front of the right hip. Okay. Canted forward. Oh, wait, there was something I was going to say. Oh, okay. My Gideon, which actually is a V3, fits really well in my weighted vest. Sometimes I'll put on a weighted vest and go for a hike, and I always put my Gideon in there because it also has a flap that kind of covers it, but it's really easy to grab. So. All right, that said, let's get to a pocket check.
What's in his pocket? Let's find out. Here's the Knife Junkie with his pocket check of knives.
All right, in my front right pocket today, I had this really sweet knife that Dave of OG Blade Reviews gave me for Christmas. I'm going to put this under the mic, but first under the camera, I got to fold this giant thing up before I slice my arm with it. All right, this is the Lanius by Max Ace. Dave of OG Blade Reviews just sent me a box of stuff we're going to be giving away. One of those is the Sakshi. That's one of the giveaway knives for tonight. But in that, he gave my wife a beautiful gift, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And she's working on a thank you note to him. And he gave me this, and it's so friggin' cool. It's old school Max Ace. You've got a carbon fiber inlay right there where an opening hole would be. A two-tone blade. That blade is so sharp, and that point so acute. And it's in a steel frame lock body that's just solid as hell and reminds me a little bit of the SOCOM Elite. So yeah, I really, really dig this knife. It has a choil that you can use, but it's not an overly large one. So anyway, beautiful knife. I really appreciate it, Dave, and I've been loving carrying this thing. It's super useful too. Next, in my left and right pocket, depending on where my phone was and what time of day it was, I had the new Jack Wolf Knives Timberjack. This thing is very sweet. It is a design collaboration with Tracy LaRock, and it's Tracy LaRock does a Timberjack custom slip joint that's way out of reach for everyone and hard to find, but he teamed up with Ben Belkin of Jack Wolf Knives to come out with this. This is not a JW collab knife, but it is a collaboration knife. I love the shape of that blade, and the handle is very comfortable, and this is large, 3.4 inches. This is the biggest slip joint in the Jack Wolf catalog, and as big as their largest knife as far as I know. And you can see it's the same size as this Lanius. What a great knife. I've been really, really loving this Timberjack. It comes in this is G10, two-tone G10. It comes in a white-ish or ivory G10, also two-tone. And then 3 other materials. One is micarta and 2 others are, what do you call it? That's Kiranite. And they all look great, but I like this one the best. Personally, it's very lightweight too. All right, next up, I finally figured out a way to carry this. This is what inspired the whole topic of conversation. This is a knife I've had since Blade Show 2025 and have loved, but have not carried much. And this is the Baldman Knife and Tool Serpico. And what I did had to do with the sheath. First of all, I folded up the front and gave it a thumb ramp, because it's a pretty stout fit and hard to remove, presents some struggle in removing. So with that thumb push off point, it comes off a lot more easily. And then I got an ulti clip to put on there. And this has been the solution. I have had such a hard time finding clips that are not, what do you call it? Well, I've just been finding clips that I like, hard to find for this. Anyway, started carrying it, and I really, really love it. It looks like a Filipino knife to me. It looks kind of tribal, and it cuts great. And Brent Smith is a great dude, and I love this knife. And he makes large versions of it, which would be very cool to have. But this is the first time in in a half a year that I've actually carried this knife. A couple of days going, and I love it. So there's that. And then lastly, my ESK today was a Bowie. My emotional support knife was the Kudaman. I think technically, like when you buy this knife on Amazon, which I think is where I got this, but I think it's just called the Kudaman Micarta Bowie, but it's Kudaman is a Spanish company. I think they're related to Joker, and they make this knife, and it's awesome. And they make a lot of really great hunting knives that people love. This is molybdenum steel, molybdenum vanadium steel, whatever that means. I mean, I know what it means technically, but I don't know what it means practically. I have not used this knife, so I wouldn't really know, but I love it, and I love its classic lines and look. It feels great in hand. It feels like it would be great to wield as a weapon, but as a knife itself, it reminds me of something that would be on the cover of a book for some reason. It just looks like a pulp novel Bowie. Pulp novel cover Bowie knife. I don't know. What do you think? You guys have any pulp novel cover Bowies? This one definitely is in the running. All right, that's what I had on me today. My ESK was this, that Bowie. I had the Serpico from Baldman Knife and Tool. I had the Timberjack from Jack Wolf Knives. This thing has the stoutest pull and push back in. really stout. And then I had the Lanius from Maxace. And Dave, thank you, Dave. T. Mill says, love the tortoise shell, and that A2D is classy. Thank you, man. Thank you. I didn't make it, but I guess I commissioned it. So thank you. But I agree. Tortoise shell. Coben says tortoise shell is sick. I got some Wayfarers. Yes. Yeah. Wayfarers are perfect for tortoise shell. I used to have a pair of tortoise shell glasses. Made me look smart. Lost Shark says that's a beautiful fighter in double edge. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, we got to have a swim by with the tortoise shell handle. All right, here you go. There it is. Dun, dun, dun. There's your swim by. Let me come back this way. S35 VN, by the way. This thing crowned the spine all the way around. So it's the spine, or the tang sits proud of the handle material, and the part that does is crowned over. It's so nicely done. He's a talented guy, Douglas Esposito. David says, under the arm weapon sounds like a really cool way to carry. I'm with you, sir. Yeah, something like this would be cool. I'm not crazy about the sheath, but this hanging under the arm would be awesome. And that would be like a John Wick character. Bartholomew says, had not heard of North River Forge either. Just checked the site. Ooh wee, nice looking blades. For my larger fixed blades, Randall Model 14. Love that. The T-Kel Sapper, Microtech Arbiter. I carry those just behind my right hip vertically. Okay. The Model 14 Attack, one of the best, coolest knives ever. And then also the Sapper, of course, I love that. Hobbyist says, I tried out the Mossy Oak 7.5-inch fixed blade with Kydex sheath in 14C28N, Warncliffe, and really impressed. Not a bad knife from Amazon for $20. And it's a Warncliffe. I don't know this one. A 7.5-inch Mossy Oak Warncliffe. All right, have to check that out. But I have seen D-Bad videos on the Mossy Oak Bowies, and he's beat the crap out of them. Has been pretty impressed. D. Letterman, nice to have you here, D. He says, evening, fellers and fellerettes. Good evening to you, D. Letterman. Do you know that we're doing 2 giveaways tonight? A Gentleman Junkie giveaway, but we're also giving away this to all comers here. This just hashtag knife. This is the Sencut Sakshi hashtag knife in the comments. You could get this in your hands. T. Mill says the Buck Marksman. I love that knife. That's a G&G Hawk design in S35 VN and G10. May be the ultimate EDC, and I have a lot of great knives. I love that Marksman. I've only experienced it once. It was at Blade Show, I believe. Someone who had gotten one. We were like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And I remember feeling it and thinking, "Wow, this is awesome." Raging Warlock, greetings from Singapore, y'all. Love your show. Thank you so much, Warlock. I appreciate that. How cool. I had a boss when I lived in New York. She was from Singapore, and she was by leaps and bounds one of the classiest individuals I had ever met. And I know that she was very proud of her Singapore heritage. Anyway, welcome, sir. Jason Small says, hey, Bob, what do you know about a Sika knife? I just know that they have, it's a Mexican knife. It's a folder, and it's got a really, really hooked, it's almost a hooked blade. Not almost. It's like it's not a hawk bill, it's something even more. It's like a hooked blade. And I do know that I've seen really cool concept designs for Sikas, modern Sikas, from some of our favorite knife designers / makers. Someone we talk about a lot here. And Sikas are very cool. And I do not own one, either modern or traditional. Shane Gables, nice to have you here. Shane, always a pleasure. Good evening, junkies, he says. Good evening to you, man. I'm loving your homestead. He's got a great Bowie knife called the Homestead, an EDC clip point. It's great. Jason Small says, I want the Nova 2 bad, Bob. Any chance of one around? I don't think so. I don't know. I have to go through the archives. I have I have one set aside for my daughters, but I think I might have an extra one. I don't know. Don't hold me on that. Email me, TheKnifeJunkie@gmail.com, and remind me, and I'll see if I have one. I might have one. Fishback says, PSA, Cold Steel Mayhem is still listed on Midway for $109. Where's my Mayhem? It's over there. $109. That's a really good price. Thank you for that heads up. Howdy, Bob, says Kodiak Edge. Kodiak Edge, great to have you here, sir. CKEDC, nice to have you with us. Leather pocket sheaths are usually my go-to, but lately I've only been carrying my T-Kells. Their click makes his Kydex very carry beautifully appendix. Yes, I agree. I'm sorry I just butchered your statement, but I was reading ahead. And yes, his sheaths are awesome. They really are, and they're nice and svelte. And with rare exception, they're nice and svelte. But when they're not, they're on big knives like the what's this called? Outrider. It's no longer the Sapper, it's the Outrider. Chris229 says hashtag knife. All right, Jim, I think it's time. Let's give away this Sencut Sakshi. So hashtag knife for this. We got 56 entries. So your chances are 1 in 56. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. All right, let's do this in 3, 2, and 1. All right, there it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows? Who knows? We just know it's going to be a tease. We'll think it's going to be someone, and then it's Fred Ferbemeyer. Fred, nicely done, sir. Congratulations. This Sencut Sakshi is yours, good sir. Thanks to Dave of OG Blade Reviews. I have this knife to send to you. So be sure, Fred, to email me your shipping address at TheKnifeJunkie@gmail.com, and I will get that out to you on Tuesday. But Fred, congratulations, and I'm glad you won that knife. Hope it serves you well. MA51E. Okay, I'm going to figure out. I'm just going to call you Ma. Good to have you here, Ma. What knife is a SIG P320 in the knife world? Maybe one of the early button locks that were kind of folding on people, or maybe the yeah, I guess I would go with that. Nothing in particular, but when the button locks first, where the hell? I don't have any button locks. When the button locks first came out, wait, what knife is a SIG P320 in the knife world? Yeah, so the SIG P320 has been having difficulties, right, with the back plate, whatever that's called, the striker plate flying off, or whatever that back plate is called, and injuring people. And then you ask some SIG devotees, and they'll say, no, it's operator error. And then some people think SIG as a firearms company is done because of the P320, right? We're talking about the same gun here. So in the knife world, I would say it's not the K320 that Jim was showing. That's probably more reliable. But the early button locks were folding on people. And I remember Nuttin' Fancy had nearly cut off his finger with an early Spyderco Persistence or something like that. Anyway, Laser Ghost Knives, good to have you. How you doing, Donnie? Good to have you here with us. What's good, Knife Junkie and all? I hope you're doing great, man. Blessed Knives, formerly Blessed Knives, now Laser Ghost Knives. Kodiak Edge says, I'm actually carrying both my custom buck 112 on my right in my custom sheath, and on my left is my custom buck 110 in my custom horizontal quick draw sheath with my Civivi Appalachian Drifter in pocket. Very nice setup. You're reminding me, I am so excited about these, the new 110 and the 112 Slim that are actually in, wood and brass and have the same blade and look just like the Buck 110, but they're like half the width. Have you seen these? Oh my gosh. I can't wait till those are out. And they also have a clip, but no thumb stud, same exact blade, same exact materials, just half as thick as this. So way lighter and with a clip. I cannot wait. I'm totally going to get one of those. And I'm just looking forward to it. I'm embracing my inner old man because my inner old man is starting to become my outer old man. And the idea of carrying around one of these, but not having to carry it in a belt sheath, I love it. Carry the day, Cold Steel Archangel, says Lone Star Dowboy. And the Archangel, that's the much coveted Cold Steel Bally song. Angry Tom's Hat Next Door says, today I have my Benchmade Griptilian and my Case 6.5 Bone Stag Sodbuster Jr. Case 6.5 Bone Stag. Okay, the Bone Stag Sodbuster Jr. in a slip I made myself. Very nice. A Benchmade Griptilian and a case. I'm unfamiliar with the 6.5 part, but I know the Bone Stag is like a bone that they take and jig and dye to make it look like stag, right? Anyway, I love the Sodbuster Jr. from Case, and everyone loves that. Sean KW Humphrey. Sean, nice to have you here, sir. Currently carrying a Blackout White River M1. Those are cool. I don't think I've ever seen it blacked out, though. A Blackout Leatherman Skeletool and a Benchmade Sock P Mini. Yeah, that Sock P is cool. I love the sheath for that, too. Coben says, I don't like Bally songs, but Archangel is beautiful. I want one, but don't want to spend $300. They are back, right? Are they back? Are they making them again? Hobbyist says, I really want to get a Buck 119 and start carrying it on the belt. That is such a great knife. I love the Buck 119. Pardon me. And I've seen, Sog Grunt. Does anyone follow? I'm sure a number of you do, but he's this guy down in Florida. I really like him. He's a retired something. And he also does Kempo karate, which I used to do. And so, but he throws his knives and he collects knives. And he has a Buck 119 that he put a stack leather handle on. It's so damn cool. I love the Buck 119. I want to get the 120 just to have the general, the biggie. But it's a great knife and not going to put you back much. And even though it's 420 HC, it's still a great knife. And that steel works awesome. They just know how to heat treat it. Lost Shark says, had my Odin Wolf Scandi Ground on my belt, discontinued Cold Steel Tonto Spike on my neck, and Smith & Wesson boot knife in my right boot. Very nice care. I like that whole setup. The old discontinued spikes are pretty sweet. I have one. Fishbag says, Bob, the waiter thing is not just theoretical. Several years ago, my buddy, I saved a 70-year-old guy from drowning in the river. He fell and couldn't get up because he had 60 pounds of water in his waders. Yeah, all this sounds familiar now. I remember my grandfather was an avid fly fisherman, and he took me fishing, but never fly fishing. But I remember him saying something about that, about waders being dangerous. And I don't remember what his setup was, if he carried a knife or cutting himself out of those waders. Coben says 119 is one from Friday the 13th, right? That's no. Maybe it was used in Friday the 13th, but the 120, which looks just like the 120, which looks just like the 119, but is longer, was in the Scream movies. I like movie knives. I don't have any bucks, but I like that one. Yeah, it is cool. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's got such a nice shape. You know, if you like Bowie knives, it's got such a sweet shape. Staten Island Ed says, today's carry, sorry, is the new Spyderco Edgerati clipped to my pocket. I'm loving it, Bob. And in my left pocket is a leather slip and with a GEC 54 jackknife. That sounds awesome, but trying to remember what the Edgerati is now. Split and Slice, it says, Carrie is a Kaiser Elgin fixie in bib painter's leg pocket, off-grid necker, glow rhino Zillard Tonto folder, and Rough Rider Reserve number 4 cap lifter slip joint in D2. All of that sounds awesome. The Glow Rhino Zillard Tonto folder has me baffled. I don't know what that is. Coben says, when knives appear in TV and movies, it gives them like magical power. Yeah. Season 2 of True Detective was a great knife show because one of the characters had a Strider and he had a CQC7 Emerson, and then I believe there was something else in that season where I was like, man, their props guy did his research. Mr. Greg T, good to have you here, Greg. Discrete carry concepts clips are great too. Yeah, I agree. They are great. I have a couple of knives where I use the Ulti clips, and then a bunch of knives where I use these cheapos. But my favorite are the DCC. They really are great, and they have such stout, springy action to them. But you can pry them way out, and they return to true. They're just awesome. Dragoon, good to have you here. Dragoon LSK, evening all. He says, good evening to you, sir. Hope you're doing great. Jesse Reisbach. I love that name, by the way. Says, I threw that same Ulti clip on the Ursus Cub and took off the ferro rod holder. Outstanding. Oh, nice. Oh, that's the Ursus Cub. That's Kaiser, right? Coben says, I only have Demco Bowie. Are you talking about the one from Demco Bowie is nice but small for a Bowie. All Demco fixed blades are small. I don't know why. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Coben. If you like Demco, you like his designs, and you want a Bowie that's larger, get the APOC Survival Demco Bowie. It's very reasonably priced, and it's bigger, and it's cool. It's got a nice big handle. It's a pretty awesome knife. OG Blade Reviews says, been carrying the Kubi Sakari this week, along with the Kunwu Stiffy G. Stiffy G. That's my rap name. Cold Steel Carve with Atlas Lock and my Nightcore EDC 23. Dave gave me a Nightcore EDC 27. What a cool light. What an awesome light. I love that thing. Coben says Cold Steel Carve looks badass. Yes, it's got that Sax blade. It's nice looking. Hobbyist says today's carry CJRB Frack, which if any of you watched the second version of Battlestar Galactica, CJRB Frack with frag scales, Cold Steel Formax, and the freaking awesome Cold Steel Voyager XL Vaquero fully serrated. I love that thing. Now you got it, hobbyist. You got to get a Snaggletooth MF for that knife, and it's the ultimate with that on it. Geez, look at this. This is the third time getting 2 Snaggletooths for both my Cold Steels. I swear, I mean, maybe subconsciously, but I'm not that fast a reader to have gone that far. This is 3 times tonight where we're on the same wavelength, people. I love that. Fishbag says, today's carry was the Cold Steel 3V AD10, the Swift 3, one I'd like to get my hands on, XL Voyager Tonto serrated, also an excellent knife, the 5 Max, the 6-inch Luzon, the Manganas Kaimano, the Vosteed Vombat, the Armiger 4 spear point on my belt, and CRKT spew around my neck with a bead chain. Very nice. The spew is a nice looking knife, even though I kind of, bristle at the name. Luzon 6 is the best folding knife for $30, no doubt. We have the Luzon 6 in our kitchen, and that cuts up so much cardboard. That 6-inch blade, you can just kind of keep cutting it. It's awesome. Malcolm Holt says, Malcolm, nice to have you here, sir. Got to call it a night. Been a long day. So you have been here. I just welcomed you as you walk out the door. Good to have you here, Malcolm. Always a pleasure. I hope you have a great weekend, and see you next week. David says, tortoise shell handle is nice. Yeah, I agree. The tortoise shell handle is beautiful. I want to see more, and I know that in the past, Jack Wolf Knives has done a couple of things with tortoiseshell. I just haven't gotten them, and I think more people should. More knife makers should use tortoiseshell. Coben says, I have too many knives. I'm out of storage space for my swords. Glorious first world problems. Fred Ferbemeyer says, I won. Wow, I can't believe it. Fred, email me at TheKnifeJunkie@gmail.com, and then I will send this out to you. I will send this out to you on Tuesday. Yeah, I'm totally wrong. The Sika knife I was asking about, Bob, was a Roman short knife. I think I just heard of them, and the sleeve machete I'm making as a curved blade. Okay, wait. Sorry. Yeah, the Sika is actually, sorry, I got it totally wrong. Now, what is that curved folding Mexican blade I was thinking of? Okay. The Sika is the one that looks like a gladius that has a 45-degree angle halfway down the blade. That's the Sika. Sorry about that. And the sleeve machete I'm making as a curved blade. Be chance. So you're making a sleeve machete. Hang on. Let me read this again. The Sika knife I was asking about, Bob, was a Roman short knife. I think just heard of them. And the sleeve machete I'm making has a curved blade. Okay. Yes. The Sika has that. Sorry about the mistake. Cody says, I almost cut off my finger with the Spyderco Endura. No kidding. Damn. You gotta make sure that pocket lint isn't in the works of that backlock. David says, I have a cold steel Tonto from the 90s when they were made in Japan with a leather sheath. Is one of my favorite blades. David, that's the knife that started it for me. And I still have it in my bedside table. It's been there since 1987. I got mine. Also says made in Japan in like typewriter letters on the tag. And the leather the hook and loop, or the Velcro on the strap, has almost all but given up the ghost. And the leather is starting to get old, but the knife itself, even the Crayex grip, or that rubbery grip, it's not deteriorating at all. I love that knife. My brother. Kodiak Edge says, yes, I was thinking of getting them Buck Slims, but they seem too Pakistani to me. Well, the new ones, they're not Pakistani, but I know what you mean. That's funny. Dragoon says, and it has that smell. Dragoon says, my inner old man got his first slip joint and he is obsessed. Yes, he's obsessed. He's like, things used to be simpler. Split and Slices says, those new Heritage thin bucks are also going to be offered in premium steels too. That's right. I forgot about that. I don't need it. I don't even need the premium steel. I really don't. But it would be nice. OG Blade Review says, anyone seen the new CJRB double tap? Got one on the way. Looks pretty robust. And 4 inches with bar lock, top shark lock style release. Ooh. Oh. Does that have a clip point, Dave? That sounds awesome. Cat Scratch Knives. Nice to have you here, Cat Scratch. Hello, everybody. Well, hello to you, Cat Scratch. Hope the world's treating you well. Angry Tom's Hat Next Door says, I follow the Saw Grunt. He's a cool guy. I watch his videos. I'm just surprised I've never seen him in any knife chats. Yeah, he just seems like a dude. Yeah, I haven't either, actually. Kodiak Edge says, I have all but 3 of the Buck 119 series knives. Oh, sweet. So you have it in all the different handle materials and blade materials. James Hart says, I believe the blade used in Friday the 13th was just some kind of machete. Yeah, yep. It was Scream that had that 120. Cody says, oh, right. It was Scream. I totally missed where you said Friday the 13th. Coben, that's funny. Hero Stick says, carried a Finch Tikuna and the Stumpfish slip joint today. So I had that Stumpfish here for a while and then finally sent it off to Jock. A very, very good knife. I like that. David says, I follow Saw Grunt. Great throwing. His throwing is amazing every time. Bob Tism, nice to have you here, Bob. I love the Urban Cutlery Devo Saloon in Thai and Hollow Ground DLC. That sounds beautiful. I love Devo's knives. I think I've seen the Saloon. Victor says, so the new Spyderco Edgerati is basically a skeletonized shaman with a more straight clip point. Ooh, that sounds cool. Straight clip point. I'm in. Benedict Doty says, carry today is the Microtech Stitch. Fine choice. And the Spyderco Starmate. That Starmate was designed by Bob Terzuola, if I'm not mistaken. Hero Stick says, anyone have experience with Rex 121 steel? Is it worth the Spyderco price tag? I do know that that's like the best steel in the entire world ever, right? I think. Hero Stick said, I mean, like when I saw the chart, it was like way up here, and then it was like Maximet, and then like everything else was down here. Hero Stick says, I like Rex 121. I did a Rockwell test on a bunch of Spidey steels, and Rex performed very well. That's cool. Northern Knives, as I mentioned, Mike, who was just commenting from Northern Knives, made this knife. So we're giving the black version of this away very shortly to a lucky gentleman junkie for our January 2026 giveaway. My Cold Steel Mayhem from Midway via Amazon for $109 arrives this week. Ooh. Snaggletooth MF already got here ahead of it and ready to go. Oh, Dave, I love it. Actually, I owe that very package to my brother. I know he wants one, so I'm going to get one. We'll get one for him. Jacob Green says, Thursday Night Knives. Jacob Green, good to have you here, sir, and I love your chapeau. My carry today was the CRKT M21 Swiss Army Huntsman with a Swiss clip, and a flint-napped Jasper knife around the neck. How cool. Do you use that for anything, or is that more just like a talisman? Universe Soup, good to have you here, Universe. He or she, probably he, says, I carry a Tour Darter in a modded Armis knife and tool pairing knife sheath. Okay, definitely a he. Inside the waistband on my right hip. Very nice. I love those Armis. I have a couple of different, I have the Armis VSK Mark I, and then I have the paring knife sheath, which I think is what you're talking about. And then I got the VSK, the mini VSK sheath, because it fits the Amtech Northman. So, man, he makes awesome sheaths. The Joke Wolf model I made was in K390, says Shane Gables. How do you like it? Oh, K390. Yes. That's the purple handle or the maroon handle when you get it from Spyderco. How do you like that steel, Shane? Does that go through belts super fast? James Hart says, I have a Recon Tonto that is made in carbon V steel and made in the USA, but it has a stiffened ballistic cloth sheath with 2 retention straps. I've been told that makes it jump ready. I don't know about that, but it does make it sweet. You have a nice old Recon Tonto. If it's got the old nylon sheath, that's freaking awesome, dude. Northern Knife says Buck has some really cool range models in the chamber. I may have to pick another up. Yeah, that's going to be in this coming Sunday's list of favorite knives from 2025 folder edition. I love the Range series, and my wife loved past tense her mini Range, but she lost it. But she like really loved that knife, so this is reminding me I have to get her a new one. So I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. But the Buck Range series is really awesome. I generally prefer their vintage kind of designs, but mini Range. Sorry, I just don't want to forget. I wrote mini Rage. Hobbyist says, next purchase is the Cold Steel Black Talon, fully serrated. I highly recommend it. And a buck 119. Got to start gathering some funds to keep the wife happy. Yes, sir. I don't know how those two sentences come together, but yes to the first one, and then yes to the second one. Coben says, I got the prototype Recon Tanto for like $89 off eBay, made by Cutco. Oh, how cool. And Alcas. I don't know Alcas, but yeah, I know he had a lot of, he had like M. Custa made prototypes for the Laredo Bowie. I know, like he's done a lot of business over there in Taiwan, which is cool. He's had a lot of different, and here in the States, Camillus and Camillus, other companies have done prototypes and production runs for Cold Steel back in the day. Kodiak Edge says, Bob, you need to get one of my Buck 110 horizontal quick draw sheaths I posted a video on recently. That sounds cool. Quick draw. Does that mean it has like a little peg that you open the blade and put, and then when you draw it, it opens it up? Jacob Green says, does the saying snitches get stitches apply to Microtech? Why? Oh, that stitch. Okay. Yeah, actually. If you misuse it, this is such a cool knife. I just showed this to my daughter. We were doing she wanted to do a video where she reacts to different knives, and I showed her this, and she's like, I don't like it. Just out of hand, I don't like it. And I'm like, man, that's such a knee-jerk, ridiculous reaction. Why don't you like it? She's like, the blade to handle ratio is atrocious. I was like, oh, that's my girl. I was like, yes, it is, but still, it's a great knife. It's like the paramilitary too. But I was just, it warmed the cockles of my heart that was the reason she didn't like it. Yeah, James Hart says, I think I shall make a way to hang my Coben under my left arm, handle down. Seems a decent idea. Yes, James, I think you should. I think it'd be easy enough to do, and it's a light knife. You don't want some big honking heavy thing hanging under here. It's perfect. The Jasper knife, says Jacob Green, is good for fishing. It's good at scaling the fish. It's also more rust-proof than MagnaCut. Yeah, no kidding. Todd Carr says, sorry, Steingraber Performance Knives Sasquatch in Rex 121, that is, have shark on the brain tonight. That's pretty cool. I love his knives. I love the Sasquatch. I do love the shark, though, also. Universe Soup says, this is pretty cool. You have someone reading ahead of you, picking out notable comments for you to read. Yes, Jim, my close friend and producer. He does that. He does it for me. Otherwise, it would be me doing this. And responding like, so yes, Jim, without Jim, this show would be nothing. James Hart says, my best friend, who was a paratrooper in the Army back in 1991, told me that a jump-capable knife had to have at least 2 retention straps. Okay. The reason that it occurred to me that it might not be jump, and I don't know, because I've never been there, never jumped out of an airplane, is that I always thought that it couldn't be, it had to be plastic or metal, so that the tip of the blade doesn't go through the nylon. But that's just, who knows, that's probably myth. Lone Star Dowboy says, as a former Army airborne as well, I carried the discontinued Mini Tonto for airborne operations, especially water jumps. Okay, that's badass. And far be it from me to tell paratroopers what is jump ready and not. But I always was under the impression that anything less stout than something like a plastic or a metal, it's possible for the tip to come through on impact if you land funny. But then again, man, if you land funny, your knife sheath is probably the last of your concerns. So that's pretty cool. Craig says, I'm trying to grow my Modest Buck and other brands collection, but it's slow going when my self-obligated formula is that every third purchase must be a new cold steel. Well, it's a sensible, you want to come back to the tried and true. You can't be out there on the edge all the time. Hag 90, good to have you here, sir. Hi, the Knife Junkie. Have you ever heard of the BHK slug? No, I don't think I have. What's BHK? That would help. Tell me. No, tell me about it, Hag 90. I have not. Is that like a shotgun load, or is that a name of a knife? Slug. The slug. No, I don't know. Let me know. Battle horse knives. Slug. Thank you, Jim. Ooh, no, I have not, but I like it. That looks beautiful. My appreciation for outdoors knives is growing exponentially, and that looks gorgeous. So no, but go for it and let us know how it is. I have heard that battle horse knives are very good. Universe Soup says, anyone seen this new up-and-coming knife maker here on YouTube named Severed Metalworks? He's got some awesome stuff. I have not. Severed Metalworks. I'll have to check him out. That Ramlock stitch is definitely my next Microtech purchase. This thing is so awesome. And so they come in aluminum and G10. I got this at the same time I got my amphibian, and I got the amphibian in G10 and this one in aluminum. And I love them both. I can't decide which one. Like on a day like today when it's freezing cold outside, I'd rather have the G10. But this aluminum is so awesome. The feel, the whole heft of the knife with the aluminum is great. I love this thing. Universe Soup says, hey, thanks, Jim. You're the man. He is the man. Fishback says, Bob is the man. And Jim is the other man. We're all men. We're all the man. Yes, Bob is partially open inside the sheath. Oh yes, okay, I know. Yeah, all right, that's cool. And then it just sort of opens up on the tang. That's cool. Props to Jim, says Cody, the man behind the curtain, keeping things smowing. Oh my God, keeping things flowing smooth. All right, let's get to this other giveaway before I forget and the night gets away from us. Okay, I'm off to Bedland, says James Hart. See some of you next week. James, always a pleasure, my good man. Have a great weekend and Godspeed. All right, so this is the knife. I'll lay this out as I read the names, or I'll just hold it. All right, these are our gentlemen junkies and YouTube members. We've got 5-Door, Adrian Fighter 35, Ben Belkin, Byron Kennedy, Cesario, Colin Maison Pierre, Craig Vincent, Dion Page, Dirk Pinkerton, Donald Fry, Doug Bull, Edwin Callow, Gary Balmain, Jay McConnell, Jacob Vargas, Jamin Parker, Jason Small, Jeff Wright, Jesse Tellis, Jock Snife, John Marchell, JVF, Larry Elizondo, Martin Gamboa, Matthew Lamana, Maya Umu, Michael Elliott, Master Sergeant Poppy, Never Enough Knives 007, Ronald Reimer, Ryan Lynch, Scott Nelson, Sean Welford, Sean Harmon, Stephen Michael Roberts, Thomas Butler, V2, thanks, Dad, Victor Salameni, Northern Knives, Will B, Commander Bell 1965, Shane Gables, Robert Jones 13, An American Father, Hero Sticks, Jennifer JF 10 J4 101, Mailbox 32, Kilkenny, Sean Clark, Angry Tom's Hat Next Door. Wow, reading those white letters on that red background, woof, has my head swimming. All right, so this is the knife, the beautiful, it's made in 52-100 steel. I think that's a ball bearing steel for like spaceships and stuff. Super beautiful, beautifully done outdoors Tonto design by Trevor Barrett and made masterfully by Mike of Three Dog Knife and Northern Knives. Mike and others. I think there are others involved in the process, but he's the man there. All right, let's do this. Let's give away this Gentleman Junkie giveaway knife for January 2026. Let's bring it up. In 3, 2, and 1. Look at that beautiful colored wheel. All those awesome folks up there. Someone here is about to win, and it is Master Sergeant Poppy. Master Sergeant Poppy, this is your knife, sir. All right. Oh, I look forward to sending this off to you. If you're here tonight, Master Sergeant, please drop your address in an email to me at TheKnifeJunkie@gmail.com, and we will get this off to you. Master Sergeant Poppy, congratulations, sir, and thank you for your support. To become a Gentleman Junkie and to be a part of these awesome giveaways that happen every third Thursday of the month, where we give away something that is a little extra, a little sweeter than you're likely to get in most giveaways. Join us, TheKnifeJunkie.com/Patreon, or you can join right here on YouTube. Actually, Master Sergeant, you will be getting the black one. Sorry, I keep showing my own off. This is mine. In this flat dark earth, you will be getting the black version, which looks damn cool. All right. Oh, well, since we've been talking Three Dog Knife, this past weekend was the first time I really strapped this on and had it for a couple of days on my belt and did some fire pit stuff with it. Red Eye Patriot, good to have you here, Red Eyed Patriot. He says, I picked up an early World War II Camillus Mark I with the soldier's name stamped into the sheath. That is so cool. He was Navy Amphibious Forces and took part in the landings at Normandy. Damn, that's a sweet, sweet pickup, man. I have a number of, they used to be on the wall and they will be in the future when this room is done being refurbished. But my brother has gotten me a number of old K-bar type knives, and one of them was a Navy Mark I. But having the personalized stuff on the sheath, I absolutely love that. 1931 Leatherworks, good to have you here, Terry. He says, don't those Buck 110 quick draw sheaths have a finite lifespan? Even if it has a welt, are you just carving through the welt? Aren't you? No, I think it's more like there's a stop pin sort of thing. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Kodiak Edge could describe it, but I always thought it was a pin that went through the center, that as you opened it up, it sort of opens. Okay, Mike, freezing cold outside, says the guys from the lower 48. Okay, I knew that was coming at some point. I'm south of the Mason-Dixon line. I'm not complaining about cold, but it's been in the 20s. I like it. I like the cold. To us, that's the cold. Universe Soup says, and there's giveaways. What? How cool is this? Yeah, well, thanks to the generosity of people like Mike and people like Dave of OG Blade Reviews, I always have knives to give away. I have tons of knives in my own personal collection, but these gentlemen send me knives to give away to you. So that's what we do. We give away knives, and to keep up with the amount of knives that Dave, for instance, sends me, I got to basically give one away every week. So that's pretty much what we do. But on the third Thursday, we give away of the month, we give away something a little extra special, and that's to the financial supporters of the show. But No matter when you show up, there's pretty much going to probably be a giveaway. But if there isn't, it's not like a feature. It's just something that's popped out of just the generosity of my friends. Coben says, I think the German World War II knives look kind of dorky, to be honest. No katana tantos, just daggers. Oh, I think the German World War II knives, no katanas, tantos, just daggers. I do like the look of that one very famous German dagger with the very interesting handle that's symmetrical. It looks kind of like, is that a blood and honor knife? I don't know. I don't remember what they're called. Or the Luftwaffe knives, or they were daggers, but they look ceremonial to me. They also look Roman or very old. Red-Eyed Patriot says, my grandfather brought home a World War II German Heer dagger made by E.F. Horster. Cool piece. What's a hair? How would that be pronounced? Hair dagger? Yes, but historically it makes no sense, says 1931 Leatherworks. What, to have a dagger? Terminator Joe just became a YouTube member. Terminator Joe, thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So next, the February giveaway, we don't know what that knife will be yet, but you will be included in the third Thursday of the month giveaway automatically. Thank you so much, Terminator Joe. I appreciate it greatly, sir. Fishbag61 says 52100 is a great outdoor steel. I have no doubt about that. Oh, wait. Well, I don't have a doubt about that, but I don't think I've ever used 52100. But that said, I have not used this knife yet. So maybe this is next weekend going on the hip. Coben says, yeah, American Tonto is my favorite knife type. I love American Tontos. But I also love these kind of, and I know you don't call them Tontos, but these kind of things like the HZ6 from James Williams and CRKT. It's not a Tonto, but it's, definitely a Japanese fighting knife. And I love the shape of that too. It's funny to think of how something like this spawned the sort of angular, faceted American Tonto, which I love in equal measure. Both would be hard to stop coming at you. Robert Jones, nice to have you here, Robert. Today's carry is the Great Eastern Cutlery Coyote in boot, and Mark Sen's caper in a deep Moran-style sheath as a necker. Booted, GEC Coyote in booted. Okay. I don't know what the GEC Coyote is, but I'm assuming it's one of the few fixed blades they make. Hammer, nice to have you here. Hammer 777. Hello, he says. Hello to you, man. Hope you're doing well. I see those Odin's Ravens. Coben says Germans had no tactical machetes either. No. I have a couple of bayonets that my brother got me when he lived in Vienna for a summer, and they're German bayonets, and one of them has the tip broken off. And it's always kind of given me just a little bit of pause, those German bayonets. The Stealth Walnut, I like your name, says prison wallet. Very nice. I don't know why he's bringing up the prison wallet, but we all have one, just like opinions. Coben says, I have CRKT is really love the look, but I prefer soft handle. I hear you. Yeah, I think you're talking about this CRKT. The handle is a little harsh. These giant jimps might be a little harsh, but it's going to stop you from sliding up on that blade. And the shape of the blade will do that. And also, I wouldn't mind having gloves on if I had to use this in anger. Byron says, all right, Bob, Jim, Junkies, time to hit the hay. Thanks for the show. Giveaways. See you Sunday. Bye, all. My man, have a good one, Byron. Hope you're doing well, man, and have a great, great weekend. Universe Soup says, anyone here want to trade for a Bradford Guardian 3 in Magna Cut? I'd be willing to trade down. Ooh. Not a big fan. I've always kind of wanted a Guardian 3. I have nothing to trade or nothing that I can think of right now, but why do you want to trade it? And why are you willing to trade down? It sounds like you don't like it. Todd Carr says 52100 is a carbon spring steel with very high toughness, great for bigger choppers, but like most basic carbon steels, edge retention isn't great. Yeah. Well, it's part of the trade-off, I guess. Edge retention, toughness, and rust resistance or corrosion resistance. I guess it's lacking in 2 of those, but you can Cerakote it, and that takes care of one of them. But I guess get good at field sharpening. 1931 Leatherwork, and I guess heat treat has a lot to do with it. 1931 Leatherworks says, well, I can see Germans not needing a machete because of all the lush, verdant jungles in Germany. Yeah. Though I hear the Black Forest is something. Universe Soup became a YouTube member. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you. All right. Okay. Wait. You both. I got 2 members here. I need to do salutes to both of you. So here, I will salute you both. You guys, thank you so much for becoming members tonight. I will salute you with my Hogtooth Knives Fighting Bowie. This thing is beautiful, inspired by Bill Bagwell sort of style knives with that devil horn guard and the 4-studded wooden coffin-shaped handle. This thing is awesome. Oh, and the sharpened swedge, but it is very much a signature Matt Chase Bowie knife, and I'm really, this is one of my proudest knife possessions. That differentially heat-treated W2 with the Hamon, W1, W2? W2 with the Hamon. It is razor sharp and just good to go. Mono steel also says Luke 8:17 on there. And absolutely, for nothing is secret that will not be revealed, nor anything hidden that will not be known and come to light. It's basically saying you can't lie, don't lie, the truth will out. And so this is for you guys. Thank you so much for becoming members. I really appreciate it. And I will give you a little swim by of this beauty. Oh, nose is starting to itch. It's that time of night. Look at that. Hogtooth Knives, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Hogtooth Knives. Matt Chase, he does beautiful forged work, incredible Damascus. And then he does these sort of knives, like the ones, this more EDC style water jet knives that he has the blanks water jetted and then does everything else. Fishbag says, Bob, I picked up a Cold Steel Counterattack 1 last week. What a pokey little cuz this thing is. How cool. I love the Counterattack line. I love all of their little self-defense knives. They do such cool stuff. Strings, good to have you here, Strings. Running late. Hope everyone is good and had a great hollow season. I think you meant holiday season, and we did. Hope you did too, man. Hope you had a lot of great gigs with your lady. Northern Knife says, I have a trade program. I'm interested in a Bradford. Brad makes great knives. His Magna Cut heat treat is top notch. Okay, so go to Northern Knives. Believe me, they have a lot of cool knives on the website for trade, and it's a really cool program. So check it out. Definitely. Universe Soup says, personally, I just don't like how it feels in the hand. Oh, okay. I have an aftermarket Kydex sheath to go with it. Yep. Universe Soup. Go to northernknives.com. Check that out. I have poured over their trade, their trade pages, and they have a lot of cool stuff. By the way, to the new members, you guys send me your mailing address. Go to TheKnifeJunkie.com. Go to TheKnifeJunkie@gmail.com and send me your address so I can send you some stickers and a coaster so you don't ruin your wooden furniture when you place your beverage down. So please do that. Send me your address. Send me your address. Send me your address, new members. Hammer says the Spartan Harzi Kukri is nothing to sneeze at. It's a great knife. I love it. And they keep the point almost center line, which is also very cool. I'll salute you back with a cold steel Lucky I just picked up this week, says Universe Soup. Thank you, man. I love the Lucky. That's a cool little knife. Hammer says that's a sweet Bowie. I agree. I agree, Hammer. And by the way, I got another sweet Bowie that's been commissioned that I won't get till probably August or sometime in the summer by Nick Bachtel of the Bachtel Forging Company. Go check him out. Robert Jones says, Bocote wood, I think I got AI'd. Bocote wood. Think I got AI'd. I don't know what you mean, man. Ringed Gidgee wood. That's what I have on that Bowie there. Two favorites dailies are a Flournoy and a PJ Thomas Model 21, both in 52-100. Okay, cool. Cody says, old, new, tactical, gentlemanly, cowboy, EDC, etc. I mean, all. As far as I'm concerned, really, all. I love old. I got a collection of old stuff. I've got so many tactical and combat knives. I got some hunting and outdoors knives, and I like them a lot too. Lots of folders and neck knives. Yes. So I just say yes. Universe Soup says, I just like knives, dude. Yeah, me too. Like I said, I'd be willing to trade down. Oh, I see. I've had it for a while, so I wouldn't be upset about not having it over pretty much anything sharp. All right, guys. So present that trade. Or again, Universe Soup, you know that Mike wants to trade for that. So go check out the knives he has on offer there. They have some sweet stuff there. Ghost Keeper. Nice to have you here, Ghost Keeper. Carrying the Civivi Biophase and Molsect Mantle today. That's right. We've given away a Molsect here, thanks to Dave, and I think we might have one left that will be given sometime in the future. String says, I carry my EDC fixed blade on the belt cross draw. I carry in the open. This is America. If someone has an issue with me carrying a knife on my belt, they need to get a life. No shit, man. Exactly. And remember how this country was made. It wasn't made by people who clutched their pearls at the sight of a sheath knife. Ghost Keeper says Civivi Biophase is a full-size 8-inch, 3.4-inch hollow grind at 2.6 ounces. It is insane. Oh, the Biophase. I know what that is. I know which one that is. It's kind of a clip point with a crazy handle, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember that one. Okay, so we're about to wrap up here, but before we do, I got a bunch of knives out here I haven't shown off, so let me show them. And I like that little cartoon that Jim made of me. So let me put a couple of these beauties out. Which would you choose? Let's do a little which would you choose? The Topps Wild Pig Hunter or the Very Good Knife Company First Strike. Okay. First one to say their answer gets what they want. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a joke. But what would you guys choose? They're both very cool, both stout and sturdy, but one is a little smaller and thinner and slicier with that hollow ground ADCRV2 blade. And then the other one is really stiff and stout for a thrust. So this is definitely a thruster right here with 1095 blade steel, that acid rain finish. I don't know which one I would choose if I had to just have one. Luckily, it's not my choice to make. I got to say, I know which one I love my Wild Pig Hunter, says Cesario. Yeah, do you have the black one? Wild Pig Hunter, says Clark Henry. Very Good Knife Company steel type is 80 CRV2. Yep. First Strike, says Commander Bell. Yeah, it is a really comfortable handle. This First Strike handle is insanely comfortable. The pig sticker is a great apocalypse knife. It is. And actually, this is a very comfortable handle too, even though it doesn't look like it would be as comfortable. It's very nice. I heard Rob. Really? Coben says, I heard Rob Reiner got stabbed with a hinderer. Where did you hear that, Coben? I'm genuinely curious. Jeez. Can you imagine? Someone had to have made the knife that did that and other bad deeds. Could you imagine being the designer and finding out, oh, really? That son of a bitch used my knife or the knife I designed? Like, it couldn't just be some generic kitchen knife. He had to use like a... Just curious if you let me know where you heard that. I'd love to do a little research myself. String says, I'll take the tops, by the way. All right, sir. Sending it off to you right now. And by the way, look at that sheet. Beautiful full grain leather tops sheet. They do a great job. This was a gift from my wife a number of Christmases ago. It was one of those Christmases when we had babies or little ones, and it was like, just send me a link. And I sent her a link, and that's what I got. The very good knife company First Strike is so bad. Yes, Adrian, it is. And I've seen him do a version where he sharpens that swedge and shortens the handle. And it's so cool. It looks like, oh, it's awesome. I mean, this handle is perfect. It is so comfortable. But my hands are the size where I could do a smaller handle. Awesome wife gift. She gets you for sure. Yeah, she sure does, man. She does. Well, we met learning how to knife fight. So yeah, she's always there to support my habit or my hobby. I mean, my hobby, I should say. All right. Todd Carr says tops better for finishing off an animal for sure, but the Very Good Knife Company looks like it might be better do everything knife. I think you're probably right about that. I do. I think you're probably right about that. Size, shape, grind, everything. All right. One more. What would you rather have? And then we're out. All right. What would you rather have? The Randall. It's got a little schmutz on it. Or let's go with this. The Randall or the T-Kel. I know. It's a tough choice because they're different. But let's say, I mean, they're both combat knives. Unless I'm expressly sticking pigs, go for the First Strike all day, says Matholomew. All right. As we get out of here, you guys let me know what learning to knife fight backstory. Oh, Jeet Kune Do. We were both doing Jeet Kune Do. That's where we met. And in Jeet Kune Do, the standard kind of knife fighting is Inosanto Lacoste Kali. And that's what we were learning in knife fighting class. That's where I met her. The First Strike, says David. Yes, good choice. T-Kel, says Coben. Randall, says Clark. T-Kel has better steel, says Northern Knives. I'll take the Randall, throw it in a box with the tops. All right, I will. You got it, man. All right, guys. I think that about does it for this evening. I'm going to hold this in my hand in a very John Matrix sort of way. It's party. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have an awesome weekend. And we will see you here again next Thursday. We'll have another giveaway of some other cool knife, thanks to Dave of OG Blade Reviews. But to the winners tonight, please be sure to send me your address so I can get these off to you on Tuesday. And that's it. All right, guys. For Jim working his magic behind the switcher, I'm Bob DeMarco saying, until next time, don't take dull for an answer.